I'm Joe Reed, and this is Behind the Mic. This week, we're revisiting episodes about this year's best audiobooks. Today, it's a conversation with Robin Whitten about a mystery audiobook that will immerse you in 1920s India. Let's listen.
A Nest of Vipers, the Bangalore Detectives Club, book number 3 by Harini Nagendra, and read by Soneela Nankani.
It's a golden voice.
And I have so enjoyed listening to her in this very immersive historical mystery, which is taking place in the 1920s in Bangalore, India.
What a wonderful time and location.
Well, I learned so much, and also I'm entranced with the Bangalore Detectives Club. The main person is young Kaveri Murthy, who is a young woman with a lovely doctor husband, Ramu, and a whole kind of gang of street urchins, neighbors, cousins, a policeman's wife, and an ex-prostitute, which is that's all the people that are in the detectives club.
So let me ask you this. This is book 3 of the Bangalore Detectives Club. Can it be read as a standalone? Does it need to be read in order?
Well, this is the first one that I've read and listened to, and it's a lot of place names, food, textiles, household goods, things that are very specific to the Bangalore households and the world in the 1920s. So many unfamiliar words, which of course Sunila does perfectly, and also the proper names are, complex and not totally familiar to me, but I didn't have any trouble with the story. I think the writing, does a nice job weaving elements from the previous books in.
So the writer doesn't assume, okay, you've read the first 2. You can just come into this on its own.
I think so. I mean, I think you have to pay attention, but Sunila is such a great storyteller. She's done all 3 of the titles in this series. She just has a fluidity in the way that she presents this story.
Well, you're describing the book as this, just sort of wonderful sensory exploration of Bangalore at the time, but how is the mystery?
Oh, the mystery is quite good. I mean, it's all
What's not
involved. There's a wonderful magic show that takes place at the very beginning that sets this all up in a circus. This is the 1920s, so you get the feeling of a canvas tent and lights that are not electric light. It really is so atmospheric, and then this fabulous magician who ends up disappearing. And that's pretty much the mystery.
Well, why don't we hear a little bit?
Okay. I loved getting to know Cavalry, and here she is, she's waiting to go out, and she's actually waiting for her car in this little scene we're about to listen to.
Okay, this is A Nest of Vipers by Harini Nagendra, and it's read by Soneela Nankani.
Later next morning, Kaveri sat sipping strong filter coffee from a steel tumbler, restlessly tapping her feet against the red oxide floor. The sound of a horn had her leaning forward to press her nose against the window before sitting back, deflated. It was just the neighbor's car. "Not here yet?" her mother-in-law Parkavi asked from the doorway of the kitchen. "You'll wear out the floor if you continue pacing up and down like that. You remind me of the lion we saw when we went to the Lal Bagh Zoo last month, caged, waiting for freedom." They'd returned home very late last night, after dropping Anandi to the women's shelter where she lived and worked. She had looked pale, but refused to allow them to come in with her. Kaveri had wanted to go after her, but Ramu had held her back.
She gives it such a lovely, very slight Indian accent.
Mhm.
And the thing about her is, however good she is with characters, and she is good, she's brilliant at creating that narrative voice. That's so important for any book, but particularly a book that's a mystery.
And giving us so much about this rich culture. It's so sensual. And Soneela does such a beautiful job.
Okay, that is A Nest of Vipers by Harini Nagendra, and it's read by Golden Voice, Soneela Nankani. Brilliance Publishing proudly presents today's episode of Behind the Mic. Don't forget to follow Behind the Mic on the platform of your choice. And be sure to check out AudioFile's website at audiofilemagazine.com for a full list of 2024's best audiobooks. I'm Jo Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.